Hi, my name is Esme Schmitt, and today I want to talk to you about the voice of God. In 1 Kings 19, Elijah had a very interesting experience with the voice of God. In fact, he was instructed by God to go to the top of the mountain and to wait because God was going to pass by. And then 3 events in nature happened. The first one was that there was a very strong wind, and it was fierce, and it was probably so angry, and it shattered the rocks, and it was quite an experience, I'm sure, for Elijah to stand there whilst this wind is just blowing over him. But Elijah knew that that wind did not represent God. And then secondly, there was an earthquake. And as is true with an earthquake, there's lots of confusion and there's chaos, when the earth starts to shake. But again, Elijah recognized that God wasn't in the earthquake. And then thirdly, there was fire. And our association with fire is normally it's fire, it's brimstone, it's judgment. And yet again, Elijah realized that God wasn't represented in the fire. In fact, it terrified him so much that he went from the top of the mountain into a cave to go and hide from nature. I must be honest, I would have done that too. And then finally, while he was in the cave, he heard a still small voice from God. And he knew instantaneously that this was God. And he went out to the edge of the cave and he started to commune with God. You see, and this is the thing we need to know, that the voice that speaks to you, that is angry, that makes you feel judged, that brings confusion, that voice is not the voice of God. No, because God's voice is that soft, that gentle whisper. It's that thought that comes to your mind, that brings peace, that brings wisdom, and it brings understanding. And that is the voice of God. And I'm really trusting God today that He will show you which of the voices that's been speaking to you is truly from Him. And that you will recognize His voice the moment it comes. And that you will respond to His voice just like Elijah did. Because you know what happened with Elijah when he responded to God? The oppression and depression he was experiencing before that, when he was running away from Jezebel, just disappeared, and God started to speak to him destiny and purpose, and God showed him the way he must go. And in the same way, I am trusting that you will recognize God's voice when He speaks to you, and that God will start to speak destiny and purpose into your life. And that as you hear the still small voice of God, the oppression and the depression that has attached itself to you will just disappear, because it's the voice of God that you are engaging with, the voice of the Almighty God. So I just bless you today in the name of Jesus, and I thank the Lord that He's going to show you the way you must go regarding His voice.